Welcome to the cheat code to creating your digital product in one day so that you can start selling by tomorrow. Let's dive in. Now, before we hop into the nitty-gritty of this video, you're probably wondering, why the heck should I listen to you in the first place? Well, hey, if you're new here, I'm Chanel Q, but the internet streets call me the brand hustler. And I actually started off as an entrepreneur selling shoes for my shoe boutique. I then got a whole bunch of people asking me how I was able to build such a successful boutique in such a short amount of time. And it was all due to my branding and marketing knowledge that I had thanks to my degree from the University of Florida, as well as my experience in the real world. I turned that experience into services where I was now a brand consultant for different companies. I put together their marketing campaigns, photo shoots, and I created their content, strategized for it, all the things. And while it was amazing, a lot of people couldn't afford me. So I created digital products. I then went on to sell 900 copies of just one digital product. I was able to make tens of thousands of dollars off of my digital products, and I eventually turned those products into full-blown programs, which is what the main business I run, the Brand Hustler LLC, is all about. I recently started a second business where I sell digital and physical stationery and educational products for the entrepreneur who is just starting up. So I say all that to say, I've been there and I've done that. Now let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty. Whether you're an entrepreneur who wants to build a digital product brand in this space of crowded resellers, or whether you are the person who is offering services right now and you are tired of trading your time for money and you are ready to see money generated without you needing to be behind a chair, well, you're in the right place, because I am going to be breaking down how to create your first digital product in just 5 main steps. And we're not just talking about the creation of it, but we are talking how to actually develop a profitable idea, how to then create the product, and then how the heck to sell it so that you are attracting the right audience and they are hungry for more. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, I want you to comment down below, what is it that you want to do? Are you the person who are just starting out and you want this to be your 6-figure or 7-figure business? Or are you already a service provider, maybe a hairstylist, an esthetician or something? Or maybe like me, you might be like a graphic designer or something, and you want to actually have digital products so that you can stop trading time for money. Let me know down below. Are you A, just starting out, or are you B, switching from services or adding on to your services to have digital products? Or maybe you're C, you're already in business and you just want to start a new business. Whichever one it is that you are, comment down below and let's chat it up. Now, let's get into it. The first step is actually ideating it, okay? So the first step to creating your digital product is you want to have a profitable idea. What this means is you should have an idea so juicy that it makes sense to anybody you say it to. And on the flip side of that, it doesn't make sense to not create this product. You want the idea to be so good that there's no reason why you shouldn't be creating this and selling this right now. And the way that you want to do this is you first need to find a problem that a specific audience is having. What problem out there is it that you are equipped to solve? We all are people of very unique skill sets, very unique traits, very unique experiences. And because of those unique skill set, traits, and experiences, we are experts in something, believe it or not. It could be maybe you're a great cook or a great baker. Maybe you know how to grow hair like nobody's business and your hair is down to your back. Maybe you're amazing with managing finances. And maybe you just never thought about turning this into a product. Or you may have already turned this into a service where you may be a financial advisor or an accountant or a hairstylist, but now you are ready to turn it into an actual product that can sell to the masses and generate income without you needing to physically be there. Well, how you do it is you dive into your skill set and then you ask yourself, what problem are the people within my space having? Now, this can be a problem that is first, second, or third person. So if you are experiencing a problem yourself in your specific area of expertise, think about what it is that you need to do to solve it. If you have a loved one, which is secondhand, that is experiencing a certain problem, what is it that you would do to help them out? Or what steps have you done to help them out? And how can you package that into a set of instructions? Or if it's a large group on a third person scale experiencing something, either because you're hearing your clients complain about it, or you're just seeing it in the space as you scroll on the internet, on Reddit, and all of those types of forums, you can say, okay, I have the solution to this problem. And so you really want to do what I call a passion check, which is check if you are solely or fully interested in this thing. You then want to do a skill set check. Are you equipped to provide the answers? Because believe it or not, when it comes to digital products that you're creating, that you want to be on brand, that you want to be attached to your name or your company, you don't really want to be out here selling fluff. I'm a strong believer in selling really, really legit, good stuff that people can't get enough of, okay? So you want to do a skill set check. Then you want to perform market research. What are people complaining about online? What is a mass group of people experiencing? And then when you combine your passion with the skill set as well as the market research, you will be able to pinpoint a whole bunch of problems, and you can make a list of those problems and then go through it and say, which one of these am I the most equipped to solve right now? And if it ends up being multiple, then you just have to narrow it down and decide which one of these is the easiest for me to create first. Okay? I hope that makes sense. After you found a problem that a specific audience is having, you need to decide what the solution is going to look like. And in order to decide what the solution is going to look like, you need to do a deep dive into what I call your bullseye, which is your target audience. You want to do a deep dive so that you can build out a full persona profile on who this person is. You should know certain things about their lifestyle, like what TV shows they watch, what books they like to read, what websites they visit frequently, or even who they shop with frequently. You should be able to know all these things and build out a full persona profile. The reason why you want to do that is because when it comes to molding this product and writing this actual digital product, you want to have that person in mind. Because what's worse to me is selling a digital product that somebody finds hard to read or hard to digest. It defeats the purpose, because then that person is not going to want to refer it to somebody else, or they're not going to execute what it is that you have in that digital product, which means they're not going to see results. And we love results because you are able to do things like this to promote it, which is enter promotion here. I literally have a product that walks you through step by step how to launch your business. It's called the Ultimate Launch Guide, and it's on my new business's website, Hustle Babe University. I had a young lady purchase this, and she was able to see a 5-figure launch of her new collection by using all of the strategies that I shared within that guide. I'm gonna put the proof of the pudding on the screen. It's probably already on the screen, so you can see she was able to see massive results, 5 figures, massive results from implementing the strategies that are within my Ultimate Launch Guide. These are the type of results that you want people to be able to say. And while your digital product may not be geared towards helping people make more money, maybe it's geared towards helping people bake the perfect cake, you want people to say, hey, that cake was delicious. Everybody loved it. I blinked and it was gone. You want people to sing praises about your digital product. And the only way that you can do that is if you take a deep dive into your bullseye and really build out a persona. You really want to identify what the desire and the pains are for that person as well. What do they ultimately want to achieve? Why do they ultimately want to achieve it? And what is stopping them right now from achieving it? And how painful is it to them? What emotions are they experiencing without that solution? You also want to think about their everyday complaints, because naturally when we desire for something, it becomes painful for us not to have it. And as a result of that pain, we end up turning it into complaints, whether it's internal complaints in our heads or whether it is external complaints that we voice to somebody else. This is just how psychology works. So because of that, you want to know these things so you can call them out in your digital product and in the marketing of your digital product. Now, all of what I just said sounds like a lot, but trust me, when you do these steps first, you are creating the foundation to what a solid brand looks like. Once you've decided what the solution needs to look like, the last part of ideating your digital product is to actually create an attractive product. And when I say create, I'm not talking about the physical creation of this product just yet. I am talking about outlining what needs to be included in this product so that way it attracts who your bullseye is, it makes sense to your bullseye, and it generates results for your bullseye. When you create a really hearty outline that is based off of the research and off of the bullseye persona that you've developed in this stage, it is easy for you to sell this digital product and even easier for you to go through the physical creation of it. If you're wondering, well, how do I figure out what the desires are? How do I figure out what their pain points are? How do I clarify the problem it is that I am going to be able to solve? And how do I do that persona profile thing that you're talking about? If this is you and you're wondering how, I got you, because I got the cheat code to all of your issues, okay? And it is called Money Magnet. In Money Magnet, I break down exactly how to create a problem and solution statement so that way you are clear on what it is you offer and why it is people would want your product. And I also break down how to attract your target audience and how to build out a full persona profile so you know them like the back of your hand, so that content becomes easier, creating products become easier, and selling those products become easier and easier for you. So if you want that, I'm gonna leave the link in my description box. Go ahead and get Money Magnet. And I believe if you use the code YouTube, it gives you a discount off of it. But go ahead and grab it. It's gonna help you out a ton. Trust me. Let's get into step number 2 for creating your digital product. Step number 2 is called the outlining it phase. In the outlining it phase, this is where you want to reflect on everything you did in the last step to deliver on what it is you promised. So, what result did you promise her? What proof do you have of this result? What does your consumer need to know? Are there certain facts that they need to know in order for the concepts in this digital product to make sense? Is there a certain vocabulary list that they need to know in order for what it is that you're teaching to make sense? What all does your consumer need to know in order to be able to interpret and execute the solution? You also want to think about what they need to understand. What big concepts or big ideas or generalizations do they need to understand in order to get to the solution? So what that looks like is, if I need to understand that A plus B equals C, you need to outline A plus B equals C in order for you to make it make sense with your finances, right? Or in order for you to save your first $1,000, you need A plus B plus C. And if that is your formula and how you generalize things or how you create a method to things, you need to make sure that you're explaining that method in that digital product. We have something called the problem and solution analysis. It is something that I completely created, but I have been using it for years. Okay, and in short term, it's called PS analysis. This is something that I teach my students. This is something that I execute for any brand that I worked with in the past as a brand consultant. And it's the same exact process that I take my brands through when I'm coming out with something new or when I'm launching a new business. And so because I know that a PS analysis is so crucial to identifying your target audience and it's the foundation of things for your brand, I teach that concept in the Money Magnet book. Does that make sense? So you want to identify those things, and then you also want to outline what your customer needs to be able to do after consuming this material. Once you answer all of these questions, you are able to have an even more in-depth outline to your digital product, which makes the next possible step the actual creation phase. So step number 3 is writing your digital product. Now, if you are creating a digital product that's maybe a video or short course or something, you can substitute writing for scripting, because you want to make sure that you are scripting out your videos so it includes all of the information that we discussed in steps 1 and step 2. Let's say that we are making an ebook or a template. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use writing it as an example. When you are writing out your digital product, you want to think digestible. You have this outline, you have all of these meaty concepts, these meaty ideas, these meaty vocabulary words that need to be broken down. You also have the solution that you're getting them to. You also want to speak to their pain points and let them know that you understand them. You want to be able to do all of these things within your digital product, but you don't want to do all these things all at once to overwhelm them. So I highly recommend breaking it down into digestible chunks. These digestible chunks then turn into your chapters. So you always want to lead with some sort of introduction. This should build some sort of social proof or some sort of connection by you sharing your personal story and why it is that you're writing this book. And then you want to introduce them to what this book is going to deliver. What is the promise that you're delivering on? From there, you then break down step by step in a digestible way what it is that you need them to learn in this book, and you are teaching those concepts step by step. If you watch any of my videos, I typically break things down in chunks, whether it's in sections or whether it's step by step like this video right here. So you want to think, if I were to sit down and talk to somebody and have to break something down in digestible steps, how would I do it? And then some of my clients where you want to imagine you're a 5th grader. And it sounds crazy at first, but trust me. Imagine you're a 5th grader and then go through the steps that you just outlined and see, would it make sense to you as a 5th grader? If the answer is no, it means that you need to flesh out those a little bit more and make it a little bit more understandable. Okay, that's a little trick right there. Step number 4 is going to be designing it, which is my favorite part. Now, once again, if you are doing a mini class or something like that, this is going to be the step where you record based off of the script that you just created. But if you are writing an ebook or a template or anything like that, you want to then design it. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you have your brand visuals down pat. We are creating a digital product to build a lasting brand, not to just make a quick buck. So because of that, we want to have a consistent brand visual appeal. So we want to pick things like colors, fonts, style, etc. Even if you want to have themes within ebooks, you want to figure out what all of those things are. Now, if you're stuck on colors and even like what it looks like to create a style guide for your brand so that everything is cohesive and it gives a certain vibe, a certain aura, a certain experience, then you definitely want to make sure that you check out this video where I broke down how to create a style guide on Canva, and I go in detail about what a style guide is, what brand guidelines are, and how to create your own really easy on Canva. So go ahead and watch that video if you're interested. Once you have your brand visuals and your fonts and all the things, you are probably going to open up Canva and you're going to open up to a blank page and get stuck. And we don't want that to happen, okay? So I'm going to give you a little cheat code on how it is you can design really, really great ebooks and covers and things like that without needing to be a professional designer. Let's hop behind the screen and then I'm gonna show you that right now. Welcome to the back of my screen. Some people know about the design hack to use templates to create their digital products, but little actually know the real cheat code when it comes to using templates. And I am going to show it to you right now. So Some people just come to Canva and use Canva as a blank slate. So you may come in here and you may start maybe like a blank doc, or you may search ebook and you'll ask Canva to give you their own templates, and then you'll be searching through Canva's ebook templates for what makes sense. But as you can see, although I love Canva, some Canva templates aren't the best, and you will spend ages scrolling through here to find templates. I highly recommend you do the hack that I'm about to show you, especially if you're either crunched for time or maybe design is not your strong suit. Because if you want your digital products to hit, if you want people to want to actually read or use your digital product, you want it to be attractive to who your target audience is. So what I do is I combine forces of Canva with something called Creative Market and something called Etsy. So Creative Market is this very cool website that sells tons of templated items. And the cool thing about it is they actually give you the commercial rights to it. So that means they give you the licensing that shows that you can actually sell this stuff. So if you wanted to buy something from Creative Market and not change a thing, but sell it, you can, as long as you get the commercial license for it, which is what I absolutely love about it. Etsy is a site that you probably already heard about. It sells a ton of different handmade items. And one of the really cool handmade items that they sell happens to be templates that are digital. So what I like to do is I like to use Creative Market and Etsy to find templates that match the aesthetic that I'm going for. And here's what I mean. After you have already done the work to identify what your brand's aura is going to be, your colors and fonts and things like that, you've created that style guide. Now you come into Creative Market and you type in whatever the vibe is for your brand. So maybe the vibe is modern and we want an ebook template or a workbook template. We type modern ebook, and you'll see ebook templates come up right here. You'll see some workbook templates come up. You'll see a whole bunch of options for you to choose from. So if we look inside of the ebook template, you'll see that this is super modern, it's super clean, it's super sleek. If we look inside of the workbook template, you see that this follows that modern and sleekness, but it has a different style. So now you can look at these two and you can decide which one fits what it is that I'm going for the most. Now, one thing that's important when comparing different templates is you want to pay attention to whether or not it's truly an ebook or whether it's truly a workbook. What I find is on Creative Market and even on Etsy, sellers will use interchangeable words just to rank in the search engine, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking for an ebook, you're looking for something that's more text heavy. So you want to see something that maybe has customizable chapters, different text layouts, things like that, like how this one is on the screen. Whereas a workbook will have different fillable options. So it'll have some areas for you to put words like instructions and things, but then it'll have some fillable options like these, how it has a weekly planner. It has an area for you to goal plan, goal set. It has diagrams and all of the things. You want to remember that workbooks are more interactive and then ebooks are more text heavy. That's the difference. And so when looking for a template, just pay attention for that. Another thing that you want to pay attention for is you want to pay attention to whether or not it says that you can use it on Canva. Sometimes sellers will put it in the title, like this one says Canva and Photoshop. Sometimes they don't, and it'll be in the description. So you want to make sure that you're reading the specs and you're reading the description to see if it says it's compatible with Canva. So this one says it pairs with both Photoshop and Canva, which is A1 steak sauce. If you're super advanced and you know how to use Photoshop, go for it. But Canva allows you to edit almost anything. You don't have to be a super duper designer for it. So that's what I love about Canva. So now let's say maybe your style was more retro. You just type in retro ebook and then you'll see some different options come up. This right here is a workbook option, which I think is super cute. And you just scroll through it and see if the imagery, the symbols, the style and how the colors blend together, does it match what it is that you're looking for? One thing that you want to remain open-ended about is you don't have to love the color combinations because you should have your own color palette created. So when you're looking at this, you're imagining what your color palette will look in this template. If we go to Etsy, you can do the very same thing. The only difference here is you may want to type in template, behind your search. Creative Market, you probably don't have to do that. But on here, you typed in ebook retro template, and this one looks really cool. And you'll go through it. You'll see if this is the style that you like, if this is something that you think your audience will be attracted to, so on and so forth. And as you see, it says Canva in the title, and it tells me that this is a Canva ebook, and all I need is a free Canva account. Boom. So now, let's say you buy one of these templates and you want to customize it in Canva. All you do is go into Canva. So here I have a template. This is an actual template that I purchased from Etsy. And if you scroll through this, you see that although it says it's an ebook template, it actually has pages of workbooks in here too. So they have title pages, intro pages, and then they have workbook style pages that are interactive, which is super cool. I actually used a couple of these pages in some of my digital products that I created, and I'll show you that in a second. But what you want to do, or actually I'll show you that now. So like this page, for example, if I go to Money Magnet and I scroll to the beginning, you see that I have a similar style here like this, but I customized it to match the color palette of this specific digital product and the overall brand for HBU. I also used other elements here like this and some other things inside of Money Magnet and some of our other digital products as well. So everything that I'm teaching you, I've done. So now let's go back and I'm going to show you how you can customize this to your own color palette. Now, if you are a regular of this channel, you know that I talk about Canva all the time, and you would know that there's a way that you can save color palettes to the side of your toolbar. So if you've already done that, what you can do is you can go to whatever page it is that you want to customize. So let's say I wanted to customize this page and I wanted to just do it in one click. I would go to where it says brand, and then I will pull my color palette that I'm looking for, and I'll just click it and it'll apply it automatically to this color. So let's say I wanted to use this color palette, you see, and I can shuffle and it'll continue to switch until I get a combination that I really like and I can stick with, right? So that's an option. And I'll actually link a video on the screen where I explain how to set up your Canva style guide in Canva in detail. But let's imagine that you didn't do any of that and you want to customize this for the first time from scratch. Let's say that your colors are a lavender and a dark green. So you want to change this dark pink color to a lavender color. What you would do is you would get your lavender hex code, and then you would paste that hex code here, and Canva's going to pull it up. And the cheat code here is once you type that color code in, Canva's going to ask you, do you want to change all? And you see that it changed all the dark pinks to this lavender color. Now, maybe I want to change this lighter pink to a gray. I hit that, and then I can hit change all as well, and it'll change across all pages. All of the ones that are the lighter pink will now change to that gray. Now, let's say I'm not a super big fan of this background. I can just click the background and I can delete it. And then I can search for my own background. So maybe I can change this color. If I want it to just be pure black, I can do that. Or if I wanted some pizzazz, I can go to elements and I can search for what I'm looking for. So maybe I want a dark green background because that's a part of my colors. And then I can drag it, lock it in, hit position, and then send it to back. And it looks like this. Maybe this dark green is a little bit too dark. I want something that's a little bit brighter. I find another one, drag it, lock it in, and now my page looks like this. So now I've changed the page from what it originally looked like to look like something that matches my brand and it fits the overall aesthetic and brand guide that I am going for. Now, let's say you are not creating an ebook or a workbook and you're actually creating a spreadsheet. Well, lucky for you, you can actually use spreadsheet templates as well on both Etsy and on Creative Market. So what you want to do is on Creative Market, you're going to search for whatever spreadsheet it is. Let's say you're in the budgeting space. You can search for budget spreadsheet, and you'll see different budget spreadsheets come up. And all you have to do to make sure that you can resell this is when you click it, make sure that you're buying the commercial version, right? You scroll through and find something that fits your budget. Like this one is $20 for the commercial version versus the other one was $70. I have no idea why that was $70 for the commercial version, but you can go through, and to some extent, the commercial version, whether it's $70 or $100, is worth it, especially if you plan on selling a whole bunch of those spreadsheets or ebooks and so on and so forth. But you can search that, and then when you find a spreadsheet that has the core capabilities and functionalities that you're looking for, you can customize the colors on Google Sheets or on Excel, and you can also customize the verbiage. So maybe your spreadsheet is geared towards expecting moms, and you want your budget spreadsheet to say doula, nursery, nursing tools, doctor's fees, so on and so forth. Customize the categories, all the things, and make it your own. If you're going to search Canva for a spreadsheet, though, it's very important that when you, whatever the spreadsheet is, so budget spreadsheet, you put PLR on the back of it. Canva is a little newer to commercial digital products. So unlike the ebooks and workbooks where they are made for you to sell, spreadsheets are not always made for you to sell. So you want to make sure that you go through and you hit PLR, and then you find a spreadsheet or a group of spreadsheets that is exactly what you're looking for. And when you look inside of the description, you'll see that it says PLR. You'll also see that it'll say that you can sell this. Some of them will say that you can sell it, but you can't sell master resale rights. So the difference is master resale rights mean that if you create a spreadsheet using their template, and you decide that you want to sell it to consumers so that they can use for personal use, that's fine. But master resale rights is when you want to sell it to another person who has the intention of making it a business to sell that again. So you want to make sure that you are paying attention to that, and you are buying this to sell yourself to somebody for personal use, to a consumer. But pretty much those are the hacks and the cheat codes to getting around creating your own customized digital product. If you have watched this part of the video and you are like, no, I want you to go deeper into that Canva portion. Show me how I can create my digital product from scratch on Canva. If you are interested in that, let me know in the comments. Say, I want an in-depth Canva tutorial, or I want to learn how to create my digital product or design my digital product on Canva. Let me know that in the comments. I am a Canvassador. I know a lot about Canva, so I can teach you exactly how to do it from A through Z, customizing a template, building out your colors, all the things. And if you are watching this and you have no clue what Canva is and you haven't signed up yet, I highly recommend that you sign up for Canva. I have a link in my description box, and I'll also put in the pinned comments. It gives you a free trial to Canva Pro, which unlocks a whole world of features and elements for you to utilize. The possibilities are endless with Canva. So definitely go ahead and check it out. It also has AI, so you can create designs using AI, and they're A1. So definitely check out the link in my description box so that you can start your free trial of Canva Pro. And let's get back to the video. That was fast, right? We are at step number 5 already, which is it's time to sell it. So what you want to do is you want to revisit step number 1, where you outlined the problem, the solution, your bullseye, all the things. You then want to look at your outline that you created in step number 2, and you want to develop a list of features and then turn those features into benefit statements. So what that means is if you have a feature, maybe in your book, it's going to teach people saving habits. You want to figure out, okay, what's the benefit of this savings habit that they're going to learn? Is it that they're able to save for their first vacation, the vacation that they've been longing for? So you would write that down as a benefit. Another feature could be something like maybe your ebook is 30 pages. You can then say it's an in-depth ebook that takes you A through Z about the budgeting process. That's turned into a benefit. So you want to think about your benefits as, why would your consumer care? Whereas your features is how you are describing your product and all the things in it. Your benefit is why your consumer should actually care. Okay, so make those lists of features and then turn them into benefits. You then want to take those benefit statements as well as the proof that you outlined and what you know about your bullseye to develop what's called marketing messages. I have something called your 6-figure marketing message that I teach within Bomb CEO, which is my membership community. And that 6-figure brand message, it allows you to market your brand in a way that just seems super easy, and it kind of just rolls off your tongue. So if you're interested in learning about that marketing message, then you definitely want to join Bomb CEO. I will leave a link in my description box for that as well. But If you don't join Bomb CEO for whatever reason, you want to figure out what your marketing message is. So turn all of that information into a powerful statement that should be about a paragraph long that you can then pull out a tagline from. You could pull out mini statements from, and you can then use those in certain campaigns, whether you're running ads, whether you're posting content, whether you're sending an email. You can use those bits and pieces of your overall marketing message to really drive what the solution is that you're providing and what the problem is, and calling people out on that specific problem. Once you've done that, the last step to actually selling it is to make sure that you are creating content, sending the email, maybe posting a video if you have a YouTube channel or a TikTok or what have you, and speak directly to your bullseye. You want to make sure that you are not generalizing your statements, even though it may seem like you are being super exclusive and you are cutting people out. That's what you want. You want to speak directly to the person who has the problem that your product solves. Congratulations. You now have the cheat code to making your digital product in as little as 1 day. And you got the steps on how to sell it. So if you learned something new in this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up so that YouTube and myself knows how much you love video topics like this. And if you watched all the way to the end and you're not subscribed, hello, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit the subscription button. And to prove to me who made it all the way to the end, comment down below "going digital" in all caps. Put "going digital" as the secret phrase to let me know that you made it all the way to the end, because you are a true hustle babe and I appreciate you. Now, there's one thing that I didn't mention, and that is that sometimes selling digital products can seem like such a big headache. Selling any product can seem like such a big headache, but the key is to build a brand and then know how to market that brand through what I call brand-centric marketing. And lucky for you, I've made it super easy for you to learn all about it, because I created this video right here where I tell you how to brand and market your business. So if you like this video, you're definitely gonna love this one. So go over there, watch it, and then show some love in that video. And if you're not following me on Instagram or on TikTok, head over there and follow me at The Brand Hustler. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye, Hustle Babe.